All right, guys, a little update from court. We had the show cause hearing on Monday, and my lawyer, he totally knew what to expect. He said not to expect any miracles, and he did great, by the way. There's a commenter saying that I should fire him immediately, which I think the commenter that said that actually is the cop that lied on all over the police report. Because he was squirming pretty good when he was on the stand, on the witness stand. The only reason the prosecutor was able to make it rise to the level of probable cause is because he was able to say that the call was made out front of the house that the incident was taking place at. But Google Maps and the call time is going to prove that wrong. So the first thing my lawyer did after the probable cause hearing was file a motion to dismiss. So whatever you may think of this channel or me, I have a right to call 911, especially when there's a tumultuous situation going down, and I have the right for protection, whether you think so or not, whether Cheatham thinks so or not. I made the call when I was on the way over there in order to get to for the gun exchange. I pulled up. We waited. My father yelled out the window saying that the firearm was in the front seat and that the cop was probably not going to show back up. Literally, as I'm walking back to the truck, that's when Corporal Cheatham pulled up. So there's many things I would like to do with this channel. I would like to talk about all sorts of things. I would like people who also want to have a little bit of religion in their life to follow this channel. I would like to spread that light as much as I can, and then anything that comes to mind. I have this drawn up here because these are companies that I've worked for. After my motorcycle at the beginning of the summer, I'm just finally getting back to work. I broke my clavicle and I had a traumatic brain injury. And one of these places didn't do the paper. They don't do the paperwork right. They discriminated against me because of my disability. And so that's one of these places on this sheet here. I haven't written up like this because I want to go through some of the practices these places do. I'm not going to tell you which one's where. I actually want you guys to vote in the comments of which place you think does what. So one of these places, I literally watched one of their people who do food tie their hair right in front of the cold cases. They don't take temps of the food at all. I had to teach one of the guys that after because they have roll garbages. So he has a pair of gloves and he rolls the garbage over by him and he goes right back to slicing meat. And this is the guy they have in the back room. And people are gonna want to say this is slander, yada yada yada. But I got pictures that I'll be able to show of some of the stuff and some of the grime that I witnessed that I had cleaned up when I was there. One of these places have a meat case for display. They'll put chicken breasts in there, and then when the chicken has been in there for a couple of days and might actually even start to have a little bit of a smell, they'll marinate it and put it in there as marinated chicken. They'll put fresh chicken breasts as the plain, and then the marinated chicken breast is the chicken breast that's been sitting there for a couple of days. So guys, just be careful when you go to a store and you pick up a marinated steak or a seasoned steak. That steak most likely has been out there for 2 to 3 days, and then they add a day before they mark it down as discounted meat. One of these places, the equipment that they use every day, they don't sanitize at all. They'll just stack it right back up and they'll just reuse it. They barely give them power wash. Another one of these places will take shopping carts of returns, and they'll put, when if the higher ups come, they'll put them behind these things that we call shamrocks that we use for cardboard. That way the higher ups don't see it. One of these places, because for some reason they know when health inspectors are coming, which I think kind of defeats the purpose, because how are you going to get an accurate health inspection when you know they're coming, and then you're able to start cleaning up the problem areas that you might have had from the previous time, before they even get in the building. Another one of these places doesn't even have sanitizer around for people to sanitize their equipment that they use on a daily basis. They have a hot water thing that, yeah, will clean, will kill the germs, but I always believe, in some sort of sanitizer. One of these places don't even know how their sanitizer is supposed to use, and they don't know how to set up a 3-compartment sink, which I also have a picture of. One of these places don't care about cross contamination on their saw, which that means when you're going from beef to pork to a different variety of animal, maybe chicken, all the saw work is done on one, and they use sections of the table for these different kinds, but I mean, juice is spread. I also saw this one of these places, the person that I was working with, barely washing their hands when they come back out from outside, and the grime and the cockroaches I saw. So you guys in the comments, tell me which one you think has the worst practices, and I'll tell you which one that I would definitely go back to hands down at any time. And you guys vote, and we'll go through it. Thanks.